First of all, there's a famous saying by Barry Green in Singapore. Cyber criminals operate at the speed of light, and law enforcement operates at the speed of law. So it means there's a natural mismatch. But like I said, the quick issue is that we have to be not just proactive, but actually we have to rethink. We have to be transformational in our thinking. I think it is said that the light bulb is not the product of incremental improvement of the candle. So at some point you have to make a leap. But when we talk about the philosophy, and I'm happy Mr. Ortega brought that up. For example, across Africa we have Ubuntu. I am because we are. And these are the kind of things we need to embed, in ourselves and in our children and the people around us. But though one of the speakers mentioned, you look at USA, for example. I think USA, Canada, Great Britain, Europe, their quagmire is arguably worse than ours. I would agree that maybe places like Korea, South Korea, and China, because they are inherently more disciplined, are doing better. So again, it's not necessarily the platform, it's actually a reflection of the people, the society. Also, I think it's very crucial that we point out that, because Dr. Banaso brought the issue of academia, and I agree with him 110%. We don't study things. Your colleague, mentioned some very interesting statistics, but have we actually studied how these messages diffuse? Are there academics in Nigeria that have produced the kind of papers that would be of use, for example, to the legislature, to the executive, in order to make decisions that are empirically based, not simply based on I think or I believe, And then finally, I'd like to touch on the issue of censorship, because you brought it up, I think, you alluded to it. Traditionally, censorship was by government. Some government entity could control what was said. And as Mr. Ortega said, now there are multiple pathways. You don't have that kind of control. And what we have seen is that censorship is moving from government, or has moved rather from government to private platforms. Your Twitters, your Facebooks, your TikToks, they are now doing the censoring. However, where the problem down the road is we're already seeing censorship by algorithm, by AI, where none of us know how the decision to block or facilitate
runaway technology.
This is the challenge. It's not us alone. There's no country that's not grappling with these kind of issues. And I think the big picture really is that at the end of the day, as a society, one, we have to have our own internal conversations to decide what we want, where we want to go, what kind of philosophy we want to adapt, what kind of studies we can do. But at the same time, we need to be able to combine it with the greater knowledge of the wider world, because nobody can solve these challenges alone. Nobody.